Well, right now, let me introduce my friend, Annie Frey.
So, kick out the jams, kick up the soul, pour another glass of that rock and roll, turn up the band, find the hole, gonna lose control.
So, thrilled that Annie could spend some time with us this afternoon because I've got a soundbite from one of the Republicans, the so-called Republicans over in Illinois who are trying to salvage the budget. Maybe we could get Kelly to play that for us.
I'm pleased that the House Democrats have released their budget, which is a condition that I set out a few days ago about participating in the meeting. So we'll discuss that inside, but I just want to forewarn that, again, any further dilution or watering down of the reforms that we've been discussing for many, many months makes it even more challenging for my caucus to put the necessary votes on to bring this conclusion. So we'll continue to work, but again, I'm pleased that we do have a budget to work off of, and the important thing we do with that is that we can start comparing and reconciling the differences between our proposals and also what the Democrats have proposed.
Did you get any of that? What he knows what the Democrats want, Annie. They want to raise taxes 5%.
Oh, sure. It's much akin to the conversation that's going on with Obamacare. The Democrats are like, we can work with you if you just abandon everything that you possibly stand for and got elected for. The thing that's going on in Illinois right now, if you are an Illinois resident, if you vote in the state of Illinois, and that could be anybody, if you vote in the state of Illinois right now and you have not contacted your representative right now, it is going to be on you, because right now they are looking at passing a massive tax increase, which we have done time and time and time again. It'll be $1,200 per household to fix a problem where the reforms are not there. It's tax now, reform later. That's the policy of the Democrats in Springfield, and it's a failed policy.
Well, it's not only failed policy, but they've been talking about this for months, and I believe you and I've talked about this and maybe they've even vocalized it. Their intention has been to run against Bruce Rauner on this issue. They've drugged this thing out. They're now at another budget deadline. They can't pay their lottery bills, and they're not willing to negotiate one iota.
Completely. And the people who are in Springfield right now who are Republicans, you have to understand, Governor Rauner, you have to understand that we sent you to sit in those seats, even if you are in the minority, even if you are the governor of the state. We sent you there to protect the Illinois taxpayer. And I say this, when taxpayers in the state of Illinois have been polled on whether or not they're willing to have a tax increase to help get out of this debt, 63% of Illinoisans say that they oppose a tax hike to balance the budget. So remember, if you believe that the tax hike is not the way to go, you are in the majority. Democrats, Republicans, whatever, you're in the majority, and the representatives that are in Springfield need to abide by that. They need to fix the problems within the government, not on the backs of the taxpayers, because we're running out of taxpayers in the state of Illinois.
You know, the people that are going to benefit the most from what's happening over there are the Missouri Association of Convenience Store Owners, because all of those Illinoisans who like to play the lottery are not going to have to drive across the border to get a Powerball ticket. It's
Powerball
crazy.
Sales in Illinois suspended at 9 p.m. tonight. And I would say that the Illinois lottery is a better gamble than the nonsense going on in Springfield. You can't count on the representatives there to truly adhere to the reason why we sent them there. And I was speaking with some of the folks who run the Illinois Policy Institute. They told me that if a representative or a senator receives 10 phone calls, they think that the sky is falling. That's how passive we are as taxpayers. So just think, if you call and you get a friend to call, and they call and get a friend to call, think about the message that you could send to these people who are fearing having the weight of another failed budget conversation on their shoulders. They're going to cave to a tax hike because they don't want to have that burden of not doing anything. Not doing something can be better than doing something that will be horribly wrong for the state of Illinois and its future.
They've been so focused on revenue in the state of Illinois for so long. I can remember when I worked at Channel 4 doing stories on the revenue agents from the state of Illinois driving across the border into Missouri and following Illinoisans who would come over to buy cigarettes in Missouri where they could get them cheaper.
Cigarettes, alcohol, gasoline, all of it.
It's amazing. It's maddening to watch, and just like the folks with our $20 trillion deficit that we deal with, or debt that we deal with federally, you where does it end? I mean, I know that there have been posts on the Drudge Report where people have jokingly said, no, I don't know if they were joking or not, but they've said Illinois could be the first state to file for bankruptcy. Do you think they would let it get to that point?
We're going to run out of options. It's a serious issue, because what these Democrats who are representing the taxpayers of Illinois don't understand is that in order to raise revenue, there's two ways you can do it. You can make the people who are paying taxes pay more, or you can get more people into the game and create a more lucrative economy where the tax income goes up because you're more profitable. And what Democrats are doing is they are squeezing the taxpayers of the state of Illinois dry. And if, some would argue, you have done so yourself, the smart move is to abandon ship, because you pack one U-Haul, you're out of there, and it's not your problem anymore. But the state of Illinois continues to harbor that problem, and the folks that stay there, eventually enough will be enough. There are so many people leaving the state of Illinois right now that in 5 years, Pennsylvania could overtake Illinois as the 5th largest state in the country.
Wow. That's I don't know if it was somebody from the Illinois Policy Institute who said it to me or not, but they said that they're losing the equivalent of a pretty medium-sized town every year, like 50 or 60,000 people a year relocating from Illinois.
Yeah, a taxpayer leaving the state every 8 minutes was the last I heard, and I was told that it's rapidly increasing. And I want to tell all the listeners of the Mark Cox Show, we're putting together a list right now. I have my intern working on this at this moment, a list of all of the representatives and the state senators in the 97.1 listening audience. We're going to put that up at 971talk.com/Annie, and with your permission, we're going to share it to the Mark Cox Show Facebook page, so people can go to the Mark Cox Show Facebook page and make sure that they like it. So we're going to have the names of the representatives. It's going to link to their websites, and it's going to have their phone number. And all you need to do is call and say, "Do not raise my tax dollars. Don't raise the tax percentage on me. I've done enough. Don't do it." And we need those phone calls in now.
Yeah, it's a great point, and glad to get behind that effort, certainly. Annie Frey, thank you. I urge people as well to tune in Saturdays 5 to 7 on FM News Talk 97.1.
Thanks for having me. You guys sound great out there today.
Hey, thank you. Having a great time up here in the swamp. Can I just tell you that? We've had some great folks on the air today. Michelle Malkin just knocked it out of the park earlier. If you missed my interview with her there at the top, you can always go back to the website at FM News Talk 97.1 or the Facebook page or Twitter, and we'll retweet a link to that interview so you can listen to it on demand. That's fantastic.
We did share the live video on the Facebook page.
We've been live on Facebook as well for all of those interviews. So great time there. We'll take a quick break. I'm going to get some of your phone calls at 314-969-9797. A couple more things to cover here before we get to the top of the hour. We've been focused pretty much on immigration today, so glad to take your calls on that as well. We'll check in with Tony Colombo. It's all coming up next on The Mark Cox Show.
The Mark Cox Show. Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies, gets windy this afternoon, and it's warm and more humid, up to 88 degrees for the high. Tonight, 72 for the low. Thursday, partly sunny. We'll call it hot and humid. The high near 90. Nothing more than a spot thunderstorm or two. Much of the day is going to be rain-free, but a better chance of showers and thunderstorms late Thursday night into Friday morning. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
The Mark Cox Show is sponsored in part by Granite Transformations. Let them transform your kitchen, bath, or commercial space. Explore the wide selection of products in their beautiful showroom in Chesterfield or online at granitetransformations.com. They have the perfect solution for your next project.
Summer is always hot in St. Louis, and I mean real hot, and so are the savings.
Now at Suntrip Kia, it's the Summer's on Us sales event. Drive off on a brand new Kia Forte lease for $90